NFL Sunday Pile. Week 6. Ravens dominate. Cowboys stumble. NFC North shines. Ravens on a roll. After some early season questions, the Baltimore Ravens have emerged as the NFL's premier team. With an impressive average of 205.3 rushing yards per game and only 59 allowed. Their rushing differential of 146.3 yards could set a new league record. Derrick Henry has been a force, averaging 143.5 yards and scoring 7 touchdowns over the past 4 games, showcasing a dominant ground attack alongside Lamar Jackson. As both the running game and passing weapons click into gear, Baltimore looks poised to make a deep playoff run, especially with their improved defense making opponents one-dimensional. Cowboys' birthday blunder. Jerry Jones celebrated his 82nd birthday with a sobering 47-9 loss to the Detroit Lions. One of the most humiliating defeats in his tenure. Dallas's defense has been a liability, allowing 167 points over their last 4 home games, the most since 1972-73. With the Cowboys now at 3-3 and heading into a bye week, speculation mounts about Mike McCarthy's job security. Jones was adamant about not considering a coaching change, but the pressure is rising as the team's defensive woes continue. Jaguars' woes and coaching concerns. Doug Peterson's Jaguars dropped to 1-5 after a 35-16 loss to the Bears, raising questions about his future. The defense struggled against a resurgent Caleb Williams, who threw 4 touchdown passes. Trevor Lawrence showed flashes but primarily in garbage time. With a crucial game against the Patriots upcoming, another loss could spell trouble for Peterson, especially given the talented roster and high expectations. NFC North dominance. The NFC North is making headlines, boasting a collective 17-5 record this season. The Lions, now 4-1 after their blowout of the Cowboys, are playing elite football under Jared Goff, who's enjoying a historic passer rating streak, despite losing standout Aiden Hutchinson to injury. Detroit's depth is impressive. The Vikings remain undefeated, with Sam Darnold thriving and a well-rounded roster under Kevin O'Connell. The Packers, even without Jordan Love, are thriving behind Malik Willis and a strong defense. The Bears, despite their tough schedule, are finding hope in Caleb Williams and a solid defense. Key takeaways. Ravens look unbeatable with a strong ground game and emerging passing attack. Cowboys, defensive struggles and birthday blues have raised coaching questions. Jaguars must win against the Patriots to stave off coaching changes. NFC North, currently the most competitive division, with all teams showcasing potential playoff talent. As the season unfolds, the narratives around these teams will be critical to watch, especially in the ever-evolving landscape of the NFL. Bills edge Jets 23-20 in penalty-filled clash. In a thrilling Monday night showdown, the Buffalo Bills defeated the New York Jets 23-20. A game filled with dramatic moments, missed kicks, and a plethora of penalties. Game overview. Buffalo, 4-2, moved into sole possession of first place in the AFC East, while New York, 2-4, fell to third place. The Jets had a strong second-half performance but ultimately succumbed to 2 missed field goals that proved crucial. First-half highlights. The Jets started strong, taking a 10-7 lead with contributions from Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. However, the Bills responded with 13 unanswered points. Just before halftime, Rodgers connected on a remarkable 52-yard Hail Mary to Allen Lazard, narrowing Buffalo's lead to 13-10. Second-half struggles. After tying the game early in the third quarter, the Jets could not find the end zone again. Kicker Greg Zuerlein missed 2 key field goals, one from 32 yards and another from 43 yards, leaving the Jets 6 points short in a 3-point loss. Meanwhile, Bills kicker Tyler Bass redeemed himself after missing an extra point earlier by kicking a decisive 22-yard field goal with just over 3 minutes left. Key performers. Josh Allen played a pivotal role, throwing for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns while maintaining a turnover-free performance. Backup running back Ray Davis stepped up in place of the injured James Cook, finishing with 97 rushing yards and 55 receiving yards, showcasing his versatility and playmaking ability. Rodgers threw for 294 yards, connecting with both Lazard and Wilson, who each surpassed 100 receiving yards. However, the Jets struggled in the red zone, going just 1 for 4 and 4 for 12 on third downs. Turning point. The game's momentum shifted dramatically after Zuerlein's missed 43-yard field goal, which hit the left upright. This miss allowed Allen to orchestrate a crucial 64-yard drive that solidified the Bills' position for victory. Play of the game. Taron Johnson's interception of Rodgers with 1:52 remaining was a game-changer. On a critical third and 16, Rodgers attempted to force a play downfield, but Johnson capitalized on the opportunity, effectively sealing the Jets' fate. Quotable moment. It seemed a little ridiculous. Some of them seemed really bad, including the roughing the passer on me. We might as well play sarcastaball if we're going to call those things. Rodgers remarked on the night's officiating, highlighting the frustrations felt by both teams amid the penalties. As the season progresses, the Bills continue to solidify their playoff aspirations, while the Jets face a challenging path ahead, grappling with missed opportunities and inconsistencies on both sides of the ball. Here's a more engaging and polished version of your recap on the Steelers' win over the Raiders. Steelers dominate Raiders 32-13, improved to 4-2. In a decisive victory, the Pittsburgh Steelers showcased their strength, overpowering the Las Vegas Raiders 32-13. Despite a quarterback switch from Gardner Minshew to Aidan O'Connell, the Raiders struggled to find their rhythm against a staunch Steelers defense that kept their offense in check throughout the game. Steelers quarterback Justin Fields demonstrated his dual-threat capability, effectively using his legs to move the chains, while also making key passes to sustain drives. Running back Najee Harris was instrumental in the ground game, putting up impressive numbers that kept the Raiders' defense on its heels. However, the Steelers did face a setback with center Zach Frazier suffering an ankle injury during the game. Coach Mike Tomlin will be pleased with the overall performance, as Fields seems to have solidified his role, keeping Russell Wilson on the sidelines. On the other side, O'Connell showed glimpses of potential but ultimately struggled to ignite a stagnant Raiders offense. With both O'Connell and Minshew failing to produce significant results, the Raiders now sit at 2-4 and face a challenging season ahead. With this win, the Steelers improved to 4-2, positioning themselves as serious playoff contenders in the AFC. This was undoubtedly their most dominant performance of the season, leaving fans excited about what lies ahead. Doug Peterson calls for cultural shift after Jaguars' 35-16 loss. In the wake of the Jacksonville Jaguars' disappointing 35-16 defeat to the Chicago Bears, head coach Doug Peterson emphasized the urgent need for a cultural change within the team. At 1-5, the Jaguars are struggling, and Peterson knows that something must give. After receiving support from team owner Shad Khan ahead of their upcoming London games, the Jaguars faced harsh criticism from within. Safety Andre Sisco expressed concern that some teammates seemed to quit during the game, a sentiment Peterson did not fully agree with but acknowledged the team's dire situation. "We play a 17-game schedule, so we've got a few more games left," Peterson said, as reported by Michael Duraco of ESPN.com. "Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. We've got to change. I say we. It's all of us, coaches, players, everybody. We've got to change right now that culture. Otherwise, it just gets out of control. We're on a slippery slope." Peterson's message was clear: enough is enough. It's time for the Jaguars to show pride and determination to turn things around before it's too late. While he wasn't advocating for his own job security, the stakes are high. A lackluster performance could lead to tougher decisions about leadership, and Peterson's plea for unity and change resonates louder than ever. Week 5 NFL recap. Eagles escape with sloppy win over Browns. Remember when watching the Eagles used to be fun? This week, it was anything but. In a close and sloppy matchup, the Eagles narrowly defeated the Cleveland Browns 20-16 at the Link, a game neither team seemed eager to win. 1. A narrow escape. The Eagles, now 3-2, faced a Browns team that came in at 1-4 and struggling. Despite having their full arsenal back after a bye week, the Eagles couldn't capitalize and only managed to escape with a 4-point victory. This marks the 16th consecutive game without a two-possession win. raising concerns about their inability to dominate weaker opponents. 2. Defensive standout. The defense was impressive, limiting the Browns to 244 yards and only 9 points while recording 5 sacks. However, with Cleveland's struggling passing attack, it's hard to gauge the true strength of the Eagles' defense until they face a more formidable offense. 3. Jalen Hurts finds rhythm. Despite starting 0 for 5, Hurts bounced back to finish 16 for 25 for 264 yards. With 2 touchdown passes, his decision-making improved as the game progressed, showing solid pocket presence and avoiding turnovers, a welcome sight for Eagles fans. 4. Rising stars. With Dallas Goedert sidelined for much of the game, Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown shined. Grant Calcaterra stepped up with a career-high 67 yards, while Jahan Dotson made crucial plays late in the game, showcasing the importance of depth in the receiving core. 5. Rookie impact. Cooper DeJean's move to the slot paid immediate dividends, including a 15-yard sack on Deshaun Watson. His blitzing and tackling were noticeable, proving that the coaching staff's faith in him is well placed. 6. First quarter woes. The Eagles continued their troubling trend of failing to score in the first quarter, marking a franchise first in history. They've now gone 7 straight games without a first quarter point, which poses a significant challenge moving forward. 7. Brandon Graham's longevity. At 36, Brandon Graham continues to defy age, playing at a high level in his 15th season. His consistency and playmaking ability have made him one of the Eagles' best defensive players this year. 8. Running game concerns. Despite facing a weak Browns run defense, Saquon Barkley struggled with just 47 yards. The Eagles might benefit from incorporating more change-of-pace plays with Kenny Gainwell to keep defenses off balance. 9. Nolan Smith steps up. Nolan Smith made a critical play late in the game, tackling Watson to force the Browns to settle for a field goal. This marked a significant moment in Smith's young career, showcasing his potential as a playmaker. 10. Missed opportunities. The sequence leading to the Browns' blocked field goal touchdown just before halftime was a disaster. Poor decision-making on a short pass and a costly sack turned what could have been a comfortable lead into a tie game, illustrating the need for improvement on both offense and special teams. As the Eagles gear up for tougher opponents ahead, they'll need to address these issues to stay competitive in the coming weeks.